Welcome back to my channel, The Coins World. Today we're exploring the captivating and historically rich story of the Liberty Quarter Dollar 2017. This coin isn't just another piece of change, it's a bridge between America's past and its present. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the 2017 quarter holds a special place in modern numismatic history. The year 2017 fell within one of the most fascinating years in U.S. coinage, the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This program began in 2010 and ran until 2021, celebrating national parks, forests, and historic sites across the United States and its territories. Each year, multiple designs were released, and 2017 was one of the most visually striking years of the entire series. Unlike traditional quarters that featured the familiar eagle or the early state designs, the 2017 quarters continued to tell stories through imagery tied to America's landscape, history, and culture. Collectors eagerly awaited each new release, knowing that these coins were not only works of art but also pieces of a much larger national narrative. The obverse of the 2017 quarter remained consistent with the standard Washington portrait, designed by John Flanagan and first introduced in 1932. This portrait of George Washington is iconic. Over the decades, it has undergone subtle refinements but still represents stability and continuity in U.S. coinage. The reverse designs for 2017, however, were where the magic truly unfolded. 5 unique designs were issued that year, each honoring a different national site. Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa, Frederick Douglass National Historic Site in Washington, D.C., Ozark National Scenic Riverways in Missouri, Ellis Island in New Jersey, and George Rogers Clark National Historical Park in Indiana. The first release of 2017, Effigy Mounds, featured an aerial view of prehistoric Native American earthworks in the shape of bears and birds. These mounds were built over 1,000 years ago and are among the most remarkable archaeological sites in North America. By placing them on the quarter, the U.S. Mint honored indigenous history and cultural heritage. Next came the Frederick Douglass Quarter, depicting the legendary abolitionist and writer seated at his writing desk with his historic home in the background. This powerful image pays tribute to one of America's most influential voices for freedom and equality, making it a standout design of the entire series. The third quarter honored the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, highlighting Alley Mill, a historic water-powered mill set against a backdrop of flowing water and trees. This design celebrated America's natural beauty and its preservation of historic structures within natural landscapes. Ellis Island, the fourth design, showed an immigrant family approaching the iconic structure that welcomed millions to America's shores. This image is emotional and deeply symbolic, reminding everyone of the immigrant stories. 2017 was a year of excitement because each design had unique characteristics, varieties, and potential minting errors. Sharp eyes could spot double dies, rim cuts, or striking anomalies, all of which can significantly increase a coin's value. The America the Beautiful series, including the 2017 coins, also represented a return to deeply detailed engraving. Advances in minting technology allowed artists to achieve incredible precision, bringing scenes like the intricate effigy mounds or the determined expression of Frederick Douglass to life on a small canvas of metal. Billions of 2017 quarters were produced for circulation, but certain varieties remain scarce in high grades. Uncirculated examples with full mint luster, proof coins with deep cameo contrast, and silver editions are especially prized by collectors. Interestingly, the 2017 quarters played a crucial role in sparking renewed interest among younger collectors. Because each design told a story, educators often used these coins in classrooms to teach history, geography, and art. Children began searching through change again, just like in the early days of the state quarters program. The Effigy Mounds Quarter also carried cultural significance beyond collecting. It brought attention to the preservation of sacred indigenous sites, raising public awareness and inspiring some to visit the location in Iowa to see the mounds in person. Similarly, the Frederick Douglass Quarter became an educational tool about civil rights history. It inspired discussions about Douglass's writings, speeches, and impact on the abolition movement, making this coin far more than a simple transaction token. Ellis Island's quarter evoked emotional stories from families whose ancestors passed through those halls. Many collectors viewed this coin not just as currency but as a personal symbol of their Family's Journey to America. The Ozak and George Rogers Clark designs connected Americans to their landscape and military heritage. These images are windows into defining moments that shaped communities and the nation as a whole. Mint marks play a crucial role in collecting 2017 quarters. Philadelphia issues feature a P mint mark, Denver coins bear a D, and San Francisco proofs carry an S. Some of the silver proof sets are now worth far more than their original issue price, particularly in perfect PR70 grades. Auction results show that error coins from 2017 can command impressive prices. Mistrikes, die cracks, or doubled dies in pristine condition have sold for hundreds of dollars, demonstrating that even modern coins can carry hidden treasures. Where every coin carries a hidden story that might just change the way you see the money in your pocket. Imagine this for a moment. You pick up a penny that looks old, worn, and ordinary. It's dated 1952, and without a second thought, you might toss it aside as just 1 cent. But what if I told you that this very coin, the 1952 Liberty wheat penny, could turn the tables for you? That's right. Behind its humble face value lies a long history, fascinating details, and a potential market worth that could surprise you. Stick with me until the end of this video, because that's where I'll reveal how much this coin is worth according to eBay, online platforms, and auctions. And I'll also tell you how you can sell it if you're lucky enough to own one. The 1952 Liberty wheat penny belongs to one of the most iconic coin series in American history. The wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time in U.S. coinage history, the face of a real person, Lincoln himself, was placed on a circulating coin. It was a bold move and instantly captured the hearts of Americans. The wheat ears on the reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, symbolized prosperity and growth, and together with Lincoln's portrait, the coin became both a tribute and a national statement. The time 1952 rolled around, the wheat penny had already been in circulation for over 4 decades. America was in the midst of post-World War prosperity, but also in the early stages of the Cold War. Every day, life was shifting, industries were booming, and coins like the 1952 wheat penny were circulating in the hands of families across the nation. The coin was struck in bronze, consisting of 95% copper and small amounts of tin and zinc. This rich copper composition is one of the reasons collectors love these coins so much. Over time, the copper develops a natural patina, and in some cases mint state coins shine with an incredible red luster that collectors are always chasing. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint all produced the 1952 wheat penny. The ones from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while Denver coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco coins with an S. Each mint had large outputs, but the condition of surviving coins makes all the difference today. At first glance, you might think the 1952 penny is common, but scarcity comes into play when you look for higher grades. Circulated examples are everywhere, but coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are far less common. These are the coins that truly stand out in the marketplace. Another fascinating point is that the 1952 wheat penny falls within the later years of the series, just 7 years before the reverse design would change to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. This makes the coin part of the final chapter of the beloved wheat design, which adds historical weight for collectors. Imagine holding a small copper coin from 1949 in your hand, something that has been passed through countless pockets, purses, and tills for decades, and yet today could be worth far more than its face value. That's the hidden magic of the Liberty wheat penny from 1949. If you happen to own this coin, it might just turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal its value according to eBay, online platforms, and auctions, along with how you can sell it. At the end, I'll give you a way to know its exact price and the selling procedure. So stick around. The 1949 wheat penny is a continuation of the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. This series ran until 1958, and during that time it became one of the most beloved and collected designs in American history. The obverse of the 1949 penny features the portrait of Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse proudly carries the wheat ears, symbolic of American prosperity and hard work. 1949. The United States was experiencing significant changes. World War II had ended only a few years earlier, and the country was entering a period of economic growth and transition. Pennies minted during this time circulated widely in a nation that was redefining itself in the post-war era. Each 1949 wheat penny is a small artifact of that moment in history, linking us to an America full of both challenges and opportunities. There were three main versions of the 1949 wheat penny: those minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark, those minted in Denver with a D mint mark, and those minted in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each variety has its own mintage numbers and collector interest. Philadelphia produced the largest quantity, while the San Francisco issues are scarcer and often more sought after. The metal composition of the 1949 wheat penny remained 95% copper with a small balance of tin and zinc. These copper coins not only carried monetary value but also became part of everyday American life. They passed through hands at diners, gas stations, schools, and shops, often unnoticed in their day-to-day role. Today, the story is different. Collectors and sellers look at these coins with a sharp eye, focusing on details such as mint marks, condition, and even errors. For example, 1949 pennies with strong mint luster, sharp details, or doubling errors are far more valuable than ordinary worn pieces on eBay and other online platforms. A circulated 1949 penny might sell for as little as a few cents above its face value, especially in average condition. However, higher-grade coins begin to command stronger prices. Uncirculated examples often fetch between $5 and $20 depending on quality, and certified mint state coins can bring $50 to $100 or more. Some error coins or particularly rare examples have gone for even higher prices at auctions. The year 2014 was a remarkable period in the United States coinage timeline because it was deep within the era of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This monumental program began in 2010 and ran through 2021, releasing 5 new reverse designs each year to celebrate national parks, historic sites, and treasured locations across the country. By 2014, collectors and the general public were eagerly anticipating each new release, as these coins had become highly collectible and educational pieces. The obverse of the 2014 quarter continued to feature the classic portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan and first introduced in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday. This portrait is iconic. Over the decades, it has remained largely unchanged, representing tradition and continuity in the quarter's design. But the reverse of the 2014 quarters is where the magic unfolded. That year, the United States Mint released 5 different designs: Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and Everglades National Park in Florida. Each of these designs tells its own story and reflects the beauty and diversity of America's landscapes and history. The first design of 2014 honored the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It showed a rustic log cabin, a split rail fence, and a magnificent backdrop of the Smokies, along with a hawk soaring above. This design captures the tranquility and natural wonder of one of the most visited national parks in the United States. It speaks to the cultural heritage of the Appalachian region and the preservation of traditional ways of life. Next came the Shenandoah National Park quarter, featuring a hiker standing on the rocky summit of Little Stony Man Mountain, gazing over the sweeping landscape below. This image reflects both the natural beauty of Virginia and the spirit of exploration and preservation that defines America's relationship with its wilderness. The third coin of the year was dedicated to Arches National Park in Utah. Its reverse features the world-famous Delicate Arch, with the La Salle Mountains in the background. This is one of the most recognizable natural rock formations in the country, and the design beautifully captures the monumental scale and serene majesty of the site. The Great Sand Dunes National Park quarter came next. This design shows a father and son playing in the sand near Medano Creek, with the towering dunes and majestic mountains in the background. It symbolizes family, connection to nature, and the unique landscapes that make America's parks so unforgettable.